Hi, this is Robert Bielik with Phoenix Rising Karate in Indianapolis, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own no-sew N95 mask with your logo or your favorite picture on there. So what we're going to do is, all we need is to take something that you've got. This is great for business owners, or if you just have a favorite concert t-shirt, if you got a favorite sports event, or something from fantasy, something from video games that you like, that kind of make your mask personal to you, so you know it's an expression of yourself. A lot of people are talking like we're going to be wearing masks well into the future. This is something you can do to kind of personalize it, give it your own kind of flair, your own thing. If you are a business owner and you'd like to go ahead and still promote your business, this is a way you can do that as well. What you're going to need are some sort of cutting device. This new cutting wheel, I think that's what it's called. I've never used one of these before. I was kind of skeptical. This is my new best friend for cutting things, not scissors, right? Sometimes when you're lifting fabrics or materials, right, it kind of gets wobbly. This thing is fantastic. I love this thing. We're also going to use a sheet of paper, a t-shirt that has the things you want. Here is my logo. I'm going to take this logo for this t-shirt and make my own. I also had a sponsor for the shirt. I can even make a sponsor. Shout out to Century Martial Arts. Thank you for what you've done for my business. I really appreciate it. All right, so we got these here, and N95 mask material. You can use any filter material you want. You don't have to have a filter. If you're going to use a filter, I suggest you might as well use the best. This is N95 material. I have this available in limited supplies at my website. You can check that out with the attachment below. So this is going to be the no-sew version. If you know how to sew, fantastic. That's great. I don't have a sewing machine. I'm in lockdown. I can't get a sewing machine if I wanted one and teach myself. This is going to be a no-sew version for people who don't know how to sew at all. So you take your shirt and you're going to take your sheet of paper and you're going to put your sheet of paper over top of where you want your logo to be. Now, everyone has different size heads, different size bodies. You can, once you figure this out, cut to size. You can always cut smaller, but you can't add later on. So it's okay to start large, and you're just going to kind of take a pen or a marker or something to kind of outline the item that you're trying to cut out. Go ahead and make the dots where I want to go. Just like that, right there. All right, once we've got that, it's good to have some sort of a straight edge. Again, you can use scissors, you can use a razor blade to protect yourself. Make sure if you're underage, you have your parents' permission or supervision to help you with this. This is a fun project you could do with your family, because if one person needs a mask, probably maybe you all do, right? If you have something, some sort of a cutting board, you could use a cutting board from the kitchen if you needed to. This is an actual craft cutting board that I borrowed from my wife. From her crafts, so that's there. Just make sure there's nothing weird and gunky on there. That's going to transfer onto your shirt material. Come here. I've got my straight edge, some sort of straight edge. Rulers are fantastic. If you don't have a ruler, you can use the side of a box. I've used the cardboard box edges before in a pinch, and we're just going to cut this out. Right, so right here, and we're going to go ahead and cut the entire thing out. You want to go through both sides, right? It's not just the front. You're cutting through both materials. It's the front of the shirt and the back of the shirt to give you two layers. Yeah, look how easy that was. That was fantastic, right? Then we're up here. Just like that. Again, if you gotta get a little edge, trim that, trim that. I've watched a lot of videos on how to make masks. I've stolen some ideas from other people, borrowed, so to speak, right? One person said that we were going for function, not perfection. I like that idea, that we want something that's gonna work, and it's gonna be fun. It doesn't have to be perfect, especially where we're gonna do this. So mine's a little off center. I'm gonna try and adjust that here, because I would like for my logo to be right in the front. There's that portion right there. Nice in the middle. This was a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Obviously, like I said, you can trim down. You can't add once you're done. So if it's too big for you, you can always trim down in small amounts until you get the right size for you. And then from here, we're just going to trim a little bit more off the top and the bottom. You'll see I've got the front and the back. Front and back of the shirt, 2 equal size pieces. My logo is in the center. If you have a small logo, you could go for the side. We're gonna make, because this is no-sew, we're gonna add slits to the side here and to the side here, and then we're gonna take a string that we make from the t-shirt material and make strings from that, and you're gonna weave the thread through there. So let's go ahead and make the string really fast. Take your shirt. All right, so you've got this bottom piece down here. Right, so what we're gonna do is, for some reason, the videos I watched, they did not want to use the hem portion. You can use that if you want to. You can try it out, see if you like it or not. We are going to go ahead and cut that off for this video, but we're gonna save it just in case. There we go. So we have the hem portion here, move that off the side. Now for here, I'm gonna take this and we're just gonna go straight down. And there is our string. We're gonna go ahead and cut it on one side. Doesn't really matter where. There we go. Now, take this string, and because it's t-shirt material, oh, I forgot to mention, it should be 100% cotton, especially if you're not adding a filter. 100% cotton is gonna be the best option. It's breathable, and it's gonna capture the best for filtration purposes if that's all you have. We're just gonna pull this t-shirt, both sides, and do both at once. You notice as you do this, your t-shirt winds up on itself, becomes its own string. That is going to be your string for weaving this together. Okay, now we have our string. Now we need the slits in our mask. Take this here. Again, safety tip, when using scissors or X-Acto blade or knife, it's going to try and cut through everything it can. So make sure you have something you're not going to cut into a really nice table or yourself. So be careful of that. Now, this is what I have. If you're using scissors, that's great. I'm going to fold this edge over here like that because I just want a little slit on the sides. Now, the people who did this, that watched that video, they are very professional. They do this all the time. I don't. So I'm going to start in the middle for myself. So I have a middle kind of a slit, just like that there. And then I'm going to use that as my marking. And you can go 1/2 inch, you can go 1 inch, whatever it is that you want to do. Come over to the other side. Same thing. Those are my slits. Make sure they go through everything right there. And then you take your string and we're gonna run this through. Now, this is a tip I used in another video. You can, if you want to, especially if your holes are a little small, you can obviously make them a little bigger. I've used a pen as my thread to pull through before. One thing I saw another person use that was really cool, safety pin. So you could put a safety pin on the end of this and then use that as your needle, basically. But if you can, just make this here, and we're gonna go over top, through one side, and then the other side. And this is gonna weave back and forth. This is a smaller shirt. I'm gonna make a second string just to make sure I have enough. And there you have your mask. Like I said, I'm using, where's it at? N95 filters, right? I have one in this mask already. This is packaged and being sent to someone who's already ordered these from a website. I have one here already. Basically, it's 2 sheets of paper, or 2 sheets, and my filter is right in there, right there. This is the filter that I use from another one, just like that, right? That's all that is, right? So it goes right in there. Again, you don't need a filter if you are working as an essential worker or someone in the medical field that needs N95 protection. By all means, get some, use some. Make sure you're not washing it through the washing machine. It will ruin your filter. Make sure you're getting it cleaned properly, or you're just replacing the filters on a regular basis. So this comes here, ties around the back. And this cinches up. Just like that as well. There's your mask. See, it cinches on the side. That's pretty cool. I like that because it actually makes it more form-fitting. They talk about fit tests, so that's going to help protect with that. You know, if you can, if you're smart enough, you can add a nose piece that will help with fogging of your glasses. But it's a really nice, easy mask. It seems like it works really well for me. And now I get to show off the things I like best, like martial arts. So, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. Obviously, once you're done, you find the right size. These can be trimmed down. This is 100% cotton washable. What I would suggest if you're washing this, loosely tie your strings together. If you've ever washed your karate pants or any other thing with big strings, hoodies, things like that, have your strings gently tied together in some sort of a knot that you can undo when you wash them, right? I like to do this. And there is your gentle knot. If you've ever washed hakama, there's tons of strings in that, right? You know what I'm talking about. I'm sure I'm not supposed to wash hakama in the washing machine, but I'm poor, I have. So there's your tip right there. Also, the other thing you can do too, we've got these sleeves here. Right? You can make 2 more filters with your sleeves. There you go. Right? Same concept. Cinch it up and support the people that support you, like Century. Right? There we go. So there you are. There you have it. Very own DIY no-sew mask with your logo. This is great for businesses of all kinds. I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook. If you're interested in the N95 mask or classes that we're offering online during this pandemic, feel free to check us out. We have a special on online classes as well at this time. This has been Robert Bielik with Phoenix Rising Karate in Indianapolis, and I'll talk to you soon.